Hello artists, welcome to Tempera Painting. We are going to be experimenting with tempera paint today so that you have all the skills you'll need to create your own wow piece of artworks. Let's get started. So in my sketchbook, the first thing that I'm going to need to do is I need to make sure that I put my name here. I need to find a new experiment practice page. And for my media, I'm going to put paint. All right, once I've gotten that, then here's your steps. This is a two-step process. The first step is going to be number 1 here. You are going to explore. So I'm just going to put a number 1 here in my sketchbook, and you're just going to be exploring paint. So here I have my egg carton that I've gotten over at the painting station, and I've got my water cup and my paper towel here, and then I've grabbed 3 different sizes of brushes here. I've grabbed a large flat one, I've grabbed a medium one, and then I've grabbed kind of a finer one or a smaller one. When I'm using my bigger brush, it's for large areas, and my smaller brushes are for tiny details. So here we go. When I'm experimenting, the first step is just experimenting and exploring the paint. So this is where I can just kind of make lines with each types of my brush, right? Maybe try the flat brush here. You can mix different colors. So I'm just trying out all 3 brush sizes. If I'm wanting to mix colors, remember I'm going to mix them up towards the top here. So I want to take maybe a little green here. I want to make a light green. I want to make sure that I'm washing out my brush in between every time I get new paint. Otherwise I'm going to have colors in my regular 6 colors. It's going to be harder to mix them if they're already mixed up there. So I'm going to be mixing in a different location. So now I have this light green. I'm going to go ahead and try to blend these together a little bit and see how they're different. So if I paint wet paint on top of another color, it's just going to blend right together. Then maybe I might try another brush. I'm going to mix a new color here and I'm just trying some stuff out, seeing what I like. Remember to wash out your brush. Getting some more paint here, mixing any colors, any 2 colors together, and I'm just going to see what kind of happens here. I see that I've kind of created a brown here, looking at my different brushes, and then how, if I'm wanting to do fine details, then maybe I use my fine details brush here. This would be things like smaller areas of paint like dots or fine lines. I'm just trying it out. Alright, once I have explored my paints here, then I'm going to draw a line down after I've explored. Then I'm going to write a number 2 here. This is the mini artwork phase. This is where I kind of can figure out my different pieces and put blending and color mixing and using my different brush types and put it all together. And I'm making just a little practice experimental art piece right here in my sketchbook. So the first thing you're going to do here is you're just going to draw in pencil. You could draw what I'm drawing, or you can draw something different. That's up to you. And I'm just going to draw it out here. I'm just adding different shapes. What I want to work on here is trying to get my paints within the lines, choosing the right brush strokes, and then also blending colors together and then layering. So with tempera paint, sometimes it gets a little thin, and I want to work on my largest areas first, largest areas with the lightest colors. So if I want to do something like with yellow, and I want my main part of my circle here to be yellow, then I'm going to want to take my yellow, I'm going to get all the way up to the very edge of my pencil line, and I'm holding it just like a pencil here towards the bottom, and I can move around my paper, and I want to try my best to stay in the lines. If I'm having trouble staying in the lines, maybe I need a smaller brush. Just like that. This stage might take me 2 days because I might need to wait between layers so that they can dry if I don't want paint colors to blend on my paper. And again, I'm going to take this, the flat brush, I'm going to put it right up. I can put it right up, I'm not squishing it, and I'm going right up to the line, trying my best to stay within my pencil lines. All right. What I want to show you here real fast is how to blend colors right on top of the paper, kind of like an ombre effect. So I'm going to do it with orange here because that's my next lightest color. And on top of my already wet yellow paint, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a section of orange in, and I'm just going to kind of spread it out where I want it. So I want kind of this yellow orange, and I want it to just kind of mix into the yellow. When I get kind of where I want the orange to kind of fade, if you will, fade into the yellow, I'm just going to grab some more yellow here and just fade it right in. Just wet paint into wet paint. This is going to create kind of an ombre or fading effect, and blending my paint colors together to get interesting textures. Again, trying to keep within my pencil lines. And I can make the orange go as far as I need. To make it light, to get it to the lightest point, I'm just going to, and if I want more yellow in this part, then I'm just going to put some more yellow to get it to fade even more. All right. Then I'm ready to move on to other portions of my painting here. So I'm going to, I think I'm going to do a blue purple. So I'm going to mix some purple up here. Mix some blue. When I'm painting, if I don't want my colors to blend together, I want to make sure that the paint is dry around it. So I might have to wait for a little bit for my paint to dry before I paint another section, or I might just have to wait till next time. But I want to paint right up next to it. Because this is a smaller section, I'm using a smaller brush. And I would paint the whole part, trying my best to get lines the way I want them. Once my part is, once my things are dry, like all of this is dry, then I can go back in with my very, very small brush here, and I can add other details into it. So I have that blue purple again, and I'm going to add just some dotted details. Just like that. Once I have my experiment done, or it's the end of class, I need to make sure that because it's wet paint, I need to make sure my sketchbook gets up on the drying rack. And I'm also ready to plan my wow artwork with pencil. Happy creating!